Before the world called him a superstar, Johnny Depp was just a skinny kid with a guitar, a busted-up family, and a dream that didn't fit in any small-town mold. Born in Kentucky in 1963, Johnny was no stranger to chaos. His parents fought like war generals, and by the time he turned 15, they'd lived in more than 20 different houses. He learned early that the world could be cruel, and that music was the only escape. He dropped out of school at 16, chasing the electric promise of rock and roll. But life on the road was a brutal teacher. He slept in cars. He borrowed money he couldn't repay. He thought he'd be a musician forever, until a twist of fate yanked him into Hollywood's orbit. One day, a friend handed him a phone number. "Call Nicolas Cage," he said. "He might help you." Johnny didn't know it then, but that call would change everything. With no acting lessons, no experience, and nothing to lose, he auditioned and landed a role in A Nightmare on Elm Street. The paycheck paid the rent. The fame came creeping in. But Johnny Depp had no interest in playing the heartthrob. The glossy teen magazines made him sick to his stomach. He wanted to be an artist, not a product. When 21 Jump Street turned him into every girl's poster fantasy, he felt like a prisoner in his own success. So he walked away, shocking the studios and trading easy money for creative freedom. In an industry built on formulas and safe bets, Johnny became the ultimate wild card. He transformed into misfits and outcasts. Edward Scissorhands with his blades for hands, Ed Wood with his Angora sweaters, Ichabod Crane with his trembling heart. He didn't just play characters, he became them. Directors never knew what he would bring, audiences couldn't look away. But behind the camera, Johnny's life was as turbulent as the roles he played. He wrestled with addiction. He loved fiercely and lost painfully. Tabloids stalked him, printing every scandal, every slip-up. He fell in love with Vanessa Paradis and found solace in raising their children far from Hollywood's glare. For a while, he thought he'd finally found peace. Then came the role that changed everything, Captain Jack Sparrow. He based the swaggering pirate on Keith Richards and a cartoon skunk. Disney executives were horrified. "Is he drunk?" they asked. "Is he insane?" But Johnny stood his ground, and the risk became legend. Pirates of the Caribbean conquered the box office and turned Jack Sparrow into an icon that would define a generation. Just when it seemed like he'd outwitted every demon, life dealt him another savage blow. His marriage to Amber Heard became a public battleground. Lawsuits, accusations, headlines that never stopped screaming. For years, Johnny's name was dragged through the mud. Studios turned their backs. Old friends disappeared. Many thought he was finished. But Johnny Depp is not the kind of man who disappears quietly. In